to Carl Brooks Field. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hayden Peterson with Dixie State Softball today. CEC TV. We are live on the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page. If you're listening somewhere else, go ahead and join in there and get a little video with it as well. Starting for Dixie State, which is there in the field, we'll give you theirs first. Out in center and leading off is Cheetah, Janessa Bassett. Batting second will be Danny Barthoff. She's playing third. The other corner is Mallory Paulson playing first. Catching will be Jessica Gonzalez. Out in right field, going from right to left, you got Kenzie Sawyer, Cheetah in center, and Shelby Young out at left field. And your captain out there at short is going to be Josie Hartman, and Bailey Gaffin playing the other half of the middle in, with Alexis Barkwell doing the toss-in for game one. Alexis on the season, she is 5-1 so far, 14 appearances. She started 7 games. She has a 2.8 ERA with 3 complete games under her belt so far. But APU, not the easiest opponent, to say the least. They are 12-4 in Pac West play, sitting 1 game in front of Dixie State right now. And leading off for them will be Ileana Jimenez. She's playing left field. She's batting .349 on the year. 106 at bats, 29 runs scored, 37 hits, 3 doubles and 2 ribbies. She also got hit by a pitch twice, and she has 5 walks on 11 Ks. So Ileana Jimenez is going to try to get things going here for APU. And the first pitch is on its way. First pitch, game time, 12:02. Swung on, hit up in the air, chased out to foul territory over the left side. Beautiful weather. Kind of got a little bit of rain this morning. Made everything nice and hard on the infield. Nice base to play on. And now we've just got a little bit of wind pushing towards the right field fence. Nothing too bad out here, though. She tries to slap one down, and Barthoff's over there, foul territory. Pulls it back in play. So 0-2 early for Alexis Barkwell. Once again, these two teams played yesterday. They split. Dixie State lost the first one 6-3 and then came back and overpowered Azusa Pacific in a high-scoring battle, 12-8. So the split yesterday doesn't help either side. Puts them right back where they were coming into the day, 1 game apart, as Dixie State will now try to gain some ground on them today. So 0-2, 3 pitches thrown. Ileana goes and lays off the changeup. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on, hit straight back, fouled off once again for Ileana. So she's seen 5 pitches so far. Good lead off at bats, getting a couple pitches in. Now she'll try to put one into play for APU. Swung on and hit out to center. Cheetah gives chase, and she makes a diving catch, but it's going to be a trap. So they're saying that she trapped it, as she thought she caught it. But the umpire right out third says it was trapped, so that ball's going to get down for a single as Ileana hits it to about the only spot you can to get it out of the way of Cheetah. Not sure if we have a look at it. If we do, we'll take a look at it, see if she did get a hold of it. Here comes a replay. From that angle, you cannot see it hit the ground. Maybe if we have one from behind the plate, we'll see what we can dig up. But it looks like a catch from center field, Cam. From my angle, it looked like a catch. So Coach Simpkins will wander out and have a little chit-chat with the umpire who made the call. and it looks to me the call is going to stand. So it'll be a single for Ileana Jimenez. Here's a replay from straight away. It's going to be tough to see when it's that far away. Oh, and then Josie steps right in the way. It looks like a catch to me. Cheetah tried to sell it, but she didn't give him too much of an argument, so we're going to stick with a hit for Ileana Jimenez and a leadoff single for APU. Now batting will be your shortstop, Kayla Bouchard. Shows bunt, lays off, and the pitch is a little bit outside. Second pitch shows bunt, pulls back once again, outside for another ball. That one straight over the plate, and no strike again. Looked good from here. Not sure where it was, but looked real good. So 3-0 count now. Alexis Barkwell in a hole, and 4 straight for a walk. So base runners on first and second on a base on balls for Azusa Pacific, looking to threaten early here. Now batting will be the second baseman, number 4, Nikki Sprague. 3 lefties in a row. Actually, they'll start out with 4 lefties in a row. And there's a line shot through the middle, out to Shelby Young. Going to hold the runner at third. She's going, and she's hosed. Shelby Young with the assist. Runs the Ileana Jimenez runs through the sign at third. Head coach not pleased, but Shelby Young, absolute cannon from left field, threw her out at home, dead in the water as she goes sliding in, not in time. Head coach for APU tried to hold her at third, but she ran right through the stop sign, and Shelby Young threw a perfect strike from left field to get the out. But it'll go in the book as a single for Nikki, so another hit. 2 so far in the inning and a walk. And now it'll be number 3, Kayla Jimenez. Plays first base. As APU just about got on the board there, but Shelby Young took it away. So good pitch there on the changeup as Alexis Barkwell gets Jimenez to swing through one. Strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kayla Jimenez, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Alexis Barkwell once again 5-1 in her games that she has pitched, with a low ERA, a 2.8 ERA. She's pitched 50 innings, only given up 46 hits, only has 13 walks, 32 strikeouts, and only given up 20 earned runs in those 50 innings. So Alexis can pitch when she gets in there, doing her job so far. Gets ahead again, once again 2-2 now to the batter, Kayla. Runners on the corner. Kayla Bouchard's on third. Nikki Sprague at first. Kayla Jimenez in the box batting away. 2-2, 1 out. Chases one up at her eyes and knocks it foul. So Kayla digs in one more time. Alexis as well, going to fire the 2-2 pitch here. Runners on the corners on the way. Swung on and fouled straight back one more time. Gonzalez makes a play off of the net there. We'll put it back in play. Runner still holding at the corner, number 4, Nikki Sprague. Nikki is on the year 3 for 4 stolen bases, but the biggest threat are the first 2 on the lineup, as they both attempted 29 steals and 16 steals respectively, 1 and 2, 23 for 29 and 14 for 16. So a pretty great steal average there for your top 2 runners, your left fielder and your shortstop, both a set of wheels. And the count is now 3-2. Swung on right back up the middle. Josie gonna have a play for 2. 1 to Bailey. over to first, not in time. She's going to be safe there. So they'll get one out, but APU will push one run across as Kayla Brouchard will score on the fielder's choice there from Kayla Jimenez. So Kayla hits one up the middle. The out turned there by Josie to Bailey. Just not quite in time as you get to take a look at the replay here. Straight away to Josie. Josie gets it out of the glove. Bailey just not able to get turned and throw it over in time. Paulson does a great job knocking it down, but unable to get there in time. So APU strikes first here in inning number 1. And now it'll be number 5, the catcher, Jenna Gorman. So Jenna Gorman, 1 ball, no strikes. Inside corner called strike, so 1-1 to Gorman. Alexis Barkwell got the pitch she wanted, got the result she wanted out of that ground ball up the middle. Unfortunately, the middle infield just unable to turn a double play as Jimenez gets down the line rather quickly. Put straight up in the air, Barthoff's over there and squeezes 2 hands to end the inning. So APU gets 1 run on the board with 2 hits and no errors. And that'll be the top half of the first. When we come back, Dixie State will look to even things out in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with Dixie State softball.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know. My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Carl Brooks Field here. 1-0 APU in the first half of the first inning. They got their run across. Shelby Young kept them to 1 with a great throw from left field to get the runner going home. As Ileana Jimenez tried to run through a stop sign at third and was thrown out on a strike from Shelby Young. So leading off and leading the team in batting average-wise is Janessa Bassett, a junior, batting .488 on the year. 39 hits, 80 at-bats, and 30 runs scored. So she gets on, she usually scores. She's got 5 doubles as well as 2 triples on the year. And when she gets on base, she's usually going to take second. There's a ball 1 high to her as she is 28 for 30 on stolen base attempts. She also draws a few walks here and there. She's got 21 walks. That pitch is a little outside, so she's ahead 2-0 now. And Cheetah doing what she does most often as a leadoff. Sees a lot of pitches until she finds the one she likes and then puts it wherever she can to get on base. If the ball bounces twice in the infield, she's usually going to be safe. Inside corner, not there either. The umpire is consistent so far in the first 3 pitches with Dixie State as he was APU, not given many corners. And Cheetah will go all the way down to first on 4 straight pitches. Now be ready for the Wills. Behind her, you've got number 2, Danny Barthoff. So we'll see what Danny can do.
Number 2, Danny Barthoff.
As she lets one up top, and they throw back, but no one there. Not in time as Cheetah just goes back standing. Tried to get a little backdoor action as the second baseman came over to cover, and first base was creeping in on the bunt. Now Cheetah looking at second. She's going. Cheetah's taking off. The throw's there, and Cheetah's down and outside around it, safe, but the center fielder scoops up the overthrow and holds Cheetah to one bag. So Cheetah swipes another on a stolen base there. You almost have to have a perfect pitch out and throw down to get Cheetah with her speed. She's now at 29 for 31. I'll try to keep these updated as we go, but I'm sure she's going to have a couple. Anytime she gets on, she usually takes a bag. So we'll try to keep up with her across the bases there. Danny lets a pitch go by called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. After 6 straight balls, the pitcher, Megan Mejia, who is absolutely a shutdown pitcher. She is 7-1 on the year with a 1.56 ERA. And she makes quick work of it. That ball's going to get down for a great bump, moves the runner. The throw is not in time. It'll bounce. And Danny Barthoff's going to get on there with a, we'll see if they go hit or error. It looked like an error to me. It's going to be an error assessed to the second baseman. So she'll reach on the E4 as the second base was unable to catch it. Cheetah's now at third, Danny at first, and Dixie State looking to even the score here off the first play. Great bunt there, and then the pitcher just came up and threw a little short one. Unable to get it there in time. So Dixie State gets a break early and see if they can't capitalize on it. Runners on the corner. Mallory Paulson steps into the box. Number 24, your first baseman for Dixie State, as she'll see her first pitch of the day. She shows the bunt. Nothing there. Ball called high, so 1 ball, no strikes to Paulson. As middle infielders a little bit trying to figure out what they're doing there, who's going to take the cutoff throw as they try the double steal, or if we'll just see if Danny gets a second and let Paulson try to move both runners in. So Barthoff halfway again, stays put, and it's another ball. So 2 balls, no strikes to Paulson. As Nikki goes in and talks with Megan for a quick second at the circle. Everyone's back into their places and ready to go. Paulson leaves one inside, right off the inside arm, just missed her. 3 balls, no strikes. Paulson way ahead. Randy going to give her the green light, or is he going to have a take here? We'll see what he does. She steps in the box. If it's her pitch, look to see her swinging. We'll see what happens here. 3 balls, no strikes. Looked like she was take all the way, and it's outside corner for a walk, so bases juiced. And that'll bring up Jessica Gonzalez. Probably a name you've heard before. 374 on the year, 10 home runs, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 32 RBIs. All of that in 34 hits. She's an extra base hit machine, Jessica Gonzalez. Her slugging percentage is .813. So when she gets a hold of it, it goes places. And we'll see if Jessica can capitalize here as Dixie State has the bases loaded, no outs. And it'll be a timeout. I believe Coach Simpkins called it, maybe. Not sure who called timeout, but it was a pitching coach timeout, so it's on the defense. Pitching coach out talking, telling her to relax a little bit, just throw strikes, let your defense play behind you here. So bases juiced. We got Cheetah at the corner, Danny at second, Paulson on the other corner at first, and Jessica Gonzalez stepping up with a clean plate here. Nothing, no balls, no strikes. First pitch coming. But power behind Jessica as well. You can't really get out of the way of power on this team. Once you get through the two spot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they can all hit home runs. As Shelby Young homered the other day. Kinsey Sawyer, we know she can hit a few home runs. She holds a few school records from the school she transferred over for home runs. As well as, Danny Barthoff as well has hit a couple home runs. So the home runs have kept coming this year for Dixie State. And it's kind of a powerful lineup all the way through. First pitch up in the air, no good again. So five straight now. As Gonzo going to be looking for something she can hit a long way. 6 straight balls. Outside corner missed on that one. Looking to paint an edge, not wanting to put anything too close to that barrel for Jessica Gonzalez and give Dixie State some serious momentum here in the bottom half of the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Gonzalez puts a swing into one. It's going to be too high. Center field's going to give chase. Calls off right, makes the catch, and Cheetah's going to tag up and score. Barthoff's going to be there. She's going to advance over to third, so the pop fly will score a run. Sack hit. Sacrifice fly there for Gonzalez. Cheetah scores easy. Barthoff moves to third. Paulson holds it first. So the sack fly goes to Gonzalez. It was plenty high, just deep enough. Moves the runners. Got runner on the corner. So we'll give an RBI to Jessica Gonzalez to give her number 33 of this season.
Sawyer.
And now, speaking of more power, Kenzie Sawyer steps into the plate, batting in the 5-hole with 2 on, try to score them. She goes right down the line. It's going to be a fair play. Yep, the ball's there as Danny Barthoff dives back right on top of the ball. The ball goes off the glove of third base. Danny dives on top of it. Luckily, it wasn't in the hand or she would have been called out. But everything works out. Kenzie is safe at first with a single. I think a single. That's what I was scoring it. We'll see how it goes.
Batting second baseman Bailey.
And Paulson advances over to second, so that'll bring up Bailey Gaffin. Bailey on the season hitting .396, just 1 hit shy of 400, really. And she has really turned it on in the second half. She's got 42 hits, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 33 ribbies, and a chance to add to all those numbers right here. Outside edge, Steerag. So Bailey Gaffin falls behind 0-1 as Megan Mejia gets ahead of a batter here. So Megan looking to battle, trying to get out of a jam here. Bases loaded, 1 out. See if she can get out of here. Little too far outside, low that time. Once again, that umpire's strike zone is very tight on the plate. Not giving them much leeway outside either way. Bailey waiting on it, a little bit too low on the change. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Danny on the corner, Paulson at second, Kenzie on the other corner at first. Bailey sees one about her eyes, go, and it's going to work. It's going to be a blooper right in front of second base. And they just move everyone 1 base. So Bailey Gaffin will get a single, an RBI single. Kenzie will move to second. Danny scores, and Mallory Paulson now at third. So Dixie State 2 runs across on 1 out so far. And looking to add to the damages, Shelby Young, your left fielder, wearing number 23.
The left fielder, number 23, Shelby Young.
So Bailey Gaffin picks up herself an RBI. And Shelby Young fouls off the first pitch straight back to the net. So 0-1 to Shelby Young. Swung on and hit towards the left field line. All the fans move. He calls a fair catch and then does not make the play. The fan made a fair catch signal and then decided, yeah, it's a little bit cold to be barehanding that one. So he lets it go as he thought it might have been in play for a fielder to get to. However, it was not. 0-2. So Shelby Young gonna have to battle back as Megan Mejia is way ahead here. Probably not gonna see much to hit here for Shelby. Up high, good eye, good spot to pitch there for Megan. 0-2, don't want to leave one anywhere close for a hitter when you're this far ahead. So now Megan has all the control of this at bat. We'll see if Shelby can battle herself out of one here. Up and away again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, evens the count. Nikki at second playing on the baseline, as well as Kayla Bouchard at short. They're playing way in. Ground ball, hot ground ball, try to go forward with it. Shelby Young hits one over to Coach Simpkins by him, out to the outfield. Left field scoops it up. Ileana Jimenez going to toss it in here. Bottom 1 once again. Shelby Young looking to add to a couple of her totals as well. Shelby on the season has 17 RBIs and 34 hits with 97 at bats. She also has 14 walks. So very disciplined batter as well. Shelby Young, a line drive, look out. Oh, got a fan right in the meat of the arm. That was a shot. An absolute laser over there to the third base side. Drilled him. Got to be awake over there. Luckily his wife, being an athlete she was, dove out of the way because that one was hot. Shelby looked over concerned, but I mean that's not much what you can do. You just hit a ball really hard. Luckily the fans are awake and paying attention over there. Change up, gonna be hit through the gap. So Shelby Young gonna score another one. Station to station softball right here for Dixie State. Another single, another RBI single. Paulson will score on the Shelby hit as Shelby got all that one on a line drive through the center or through the 5-6 hole. And Shelby Young provides a hit when needed for Dixie State once again. Get a good replay, get a good look at this replay here. And it looks like we might have a pitching change. It's going to be number 6. So number 6, Carly, a senior left-handed pitcher. Bats right, throws left. So we'll let her get warmed up. We'll step aside for 1 minute, and we'll be back with Dixie State softball. This is Hayden.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given to it. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
6, Carly Expolaeus. Coming to the plate for Dixie State University.
So Carly Expolaeus, number 6, is going to step in and pitch. A senior stepping in a tough spot, bases loaded, and you're facing Dixie State's designated player, the DH, Arista Honey. Arista on the year has 2 home runs, 5 doubles, 24 RBIs, as well as 24 hits. So strike 1 to Arista. Not the position, not the ideal position you want to come in off the bench to bases loaded, 1 out. Second pitch inside, not going to be there. So 1-1. Arista Honey digs in, waits for the pitch from Carly. Carly sends it in, and Arista hits it 3 times, once with the bat, once with the foot, and then once again with the bat as she bounces it back to the pitcher for a long series of foul ball right there. Now it's going to a time here as she tries to shake off her foot, so a courtesy time from the catcher to let Arista think about that one as it bounced off her foot. Always good to see a couple of players understanding courtesy out there. And Arista's back, we're good to go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Arista Honey for Dixie State's first inning, as they're about to go through the lineup if Arista Honey can put one in play. Ball on the ground, dug up greatly there by the catcher. I believe that's Jenna Gorman. Makes a great stop there, blocks it with her chest and holds on to it there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases still loaded. Kenzie at third, Gaffin at second, Shelby Young at first. And Arista Honey hits a line drive down the left field line. It's by the left fielder for a base hit clear to the wall. It's going to score 2 of them. It's going to score 3 of them. Bases clearing double for Arista Honey as everyone on board goes all the way across on a laser shot down the left field line as the left fielder made a diving attempt, unable to get to it, had to get up and run across. So Shelby Young was the last one to come across to give him 6 in the inning there. Arista Honey with a shot right down the line. The left fielder gives dive, unable to get there, stays fair, picks it up, throws it in. By then it was already too late. So Arista Honey comes up clutch. Once again, a tough spot for Carly to have to come in with the bases loaded. And now she'll start working on her first batter, as those runs will go against Megan, who allowed them to get on base. So it'll bring up the captain to restart the order for Dixie State. So Josie Hartman, your shortstop, stepping into the plate to face Carly for her second batter of the day. So Arista Honey comes up big with the double there. After 3 consecutive singles from Dixie State's lineup, Arista Honey gets a hold of one, puts it out of reach of the left fielder, and everyone on base cruises around and scores. So Brenna Hink will now check in, 2-run for Arista Honey out at second, and Josie Hartman will be your batter. Brenna Hink, just a freshman, usually plays outfield. For Dixie State when she's playing in the field, but she's just going to use her wheels here for Coach Simpkins, as she's on second for Arista after Arista did her job. Now she gets to go back to the dugout and warm up again. So Carly Expolius gives up a 3 RBI double for her first at bat, and now it'll bring Josie Hartman to the plate. The lefty throws it inside, called ball. Inside corner, Steerike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 4 hits so far for Dixie State in this inning to give Dixie the 6-1 lead early here at Carl Brooks Field. Josie hits a 1 hopper. It's going to be off the glove of the pitcher, and it's going to be safe. Josie Hartman with the big hop over the pitcher's glove. Should be a base hit. It is an infield single for Josie Hartman. Moves the runner to third. And that'll bring up your leadoff hitter, Janessa Bassett. Watch the big hop right here, right up the top. Pitcher just unable to get enough glove on it to hold it. And second base not there in time to make a throw. So Josie Hartman gets the infield single, and it'll restart the order with the runners on the corners. Josie at first, Arista's runner, Brenna Hink, at third.
Number 1, Janessa Bassett.
As Cheetah, who saw 4 pitches and walked last at bat in this same inning, is now back up to play. Infield, once again, playing on the line. Infield line. So Cheetah's seen 5 pitches, all of them 4 called ball. As Azusa Pacific playing in, try to eliminate the quick run here. Look them off at third, throw her out at first, but you got to be quick with Cheetah. You look too long, she'll be safe. She kind of has to swing through, and she does it. She now has 2 people. So Cheetah kind of swing and run on that one. She wasn't really swinging to make contact, just kind of swinging to get the runner across, and she does so. Runners on second and third, and now Cheetah will go to work with a 1-1 count. I like it. She kind of throws off the rhythm of the catcher there, trying to throw down with a late swing from Janessa Bassett. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside edge, just too much. 2 balls, 1 strike. Because we got a good turnout today. If you look at the left side of the stadium back there, you got all the football boys out here supporting. Good to see them out on a day like today. And Cheetah turns on inside corner, but it's called strike. She thought it was a little bit closer than it was. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Janessa Bassett. Janessa, one thing she does not do a lot is strike out. Only 3 times on the entire year so far. So she'll battle right here, stay alive. Carly going to try to get her, though. Carly turns, lets it go, straight up in the air. And is it going to stay in play long enough? It does not. It finds its way over the fence there in foul territory. So Cheetah has new life. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third. See if Cheetah can't add a couple more RBIs to her total. Ball in the dirt, full count. So payoff pitch here for Carly. And in the on-deck circle is Danny Barthoff. Danny, her first at bat, reached on an error given to the second baseman on the catch. She laid down the bunt and the pitcher threw it in the dirt. And Cheetah gonna watch another one too low, so she'll walk again. Great battles all the way to full count, makes them work. And now we've got runners on every bag with Cheetah's second walk of the day. And Danny Barthoff with another chance to do even more damage here early on in game one. Once again, the first inning started at 12:02. It's now 12:36, and we're still in it. But we're all right with that with Dixie State hitting the way they are. We'll stay here all day if we have to. Danny Barthoff sees the ball in the dirt. Bases stay put. Great dig there by the catcher. A great block by Jenna Gorman. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Danny Barthoff right now, same spot as Arista Honey. However, left field cuts it off, and they're gonna, nope, no throw home. So that'll score 2. So Danny Barthoff with a 2 RBI single, and Cheetah was held at second wisely by Coach Simpkins as it was thrown right into third base. So let's take a look at this replay. Watch Danny jump all over this pitch. Just put it right up over third base's head and down to the ground. Left field, though, playing that line. A great chance. They might have had a chance at throwing home there. They decide not to. So Danny Barthoff adds to her RBI total, giving her 2 today. And Arista, Brenna Hink scores for Arista, and Josie scores from second.
The first baseman, Mallory.
And that'll bring up Mallory Paulson, whose stick has been on fire as of late. She's hitting .444 on the year. And she lets one go in the dirt. Surprised to see Cheetah stay and put it second on the ball in the dirt, but she does. Once again, don't want to make another out at third with the way you've been hitting the ball. So they stay put. Nothing hurt there. 1 ball. Mallory Paulson looking to do some more damage in the first here for Dixie State. That ball's going to be in through towards third, and Cheetah's going to hold up at third as well. So another base hit. Paulson stays hot, gets another hit, and she'll be on first. Danny on second, Cheetah on third, and that'll bring up Jessica Gonzalez, who had a sacrifice fly, the only out of the inning so far. I don't think you'll see Jessica Gonzalez miss another one, though, with the chances of the bases loaded here.
The catcher, number 12, Jessica Gonzalez.
Mallory Paulson 1 for 1 on the day as she walked her first at bat. And Danny Barthoff 1 for 1 with the error earlier today as well. So Jessica Gonzalez sees a called strike right over the middle of the plate. Looks a little bit like she wanted that one, decided not to. So 7 hits this inning, 8 runs, only on 1 error for APU. So Dixie State just hitting the gaps so far. See if Jessica Gonzalez can blow this one wide open. Down the left field line, or down the third base line, and it's foul. As Jessica Gonzalez reties a shoe. Kind of got it off the barrel there. Great pitch there from Carly Expolius as she mixed up speeds and got Jessica Gonzalez a little bit out in front. So way up, 0-2. See what Carly goes here, what pitch she goes to. Ooh, looks outside, just a bit on the low side. So close for a strike, but not quite. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Carly liked the spot she threw. Unfortunately, it was not a called strike for her. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gonzalez, your batter. At the front of the box, she lays off another one outside. Kind of does that Derek Jeter layoff. Throw the hands clear out there, decide, nope, not my pitch. Lets it go. The umpire agrees. It was a little bit too far outside for his liking. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and a little dribbler back up the middle. They go to 1, and it'll be another sacrifice hit for Jessica Gonzalez. Give her another RBI. 2 outs on the inning. So a little off the end of the bat action towards the shortstop. Realizes there's no play at home. as Cheetah's too quick to get there. Danny moves over to second or third, and Paulson's over at second.
0-0, Kenzie Sawyer.
And now it'll bring up Kenzie Sawyer with runners on second and third. Ball in the dirt, leaves it there. Good play by Gorman once again to corral that thing and hold it there. Ball one. Ball one, Dixie State with a huge inning here in the bottom half of the first. Ball up this time. 2 balls, no strikes for Carly Expelius. Kenzie Sawyer digs in. Carly gets the pitch, and she delivers. Swung on and hit foul down the left third base line. Carly doing a great job mixing speed, keeping Dixie State's batters off balance a little bit here. She tries to battle back into this count. 2 balls, 1 strike, as she's still behind 1 ball here. But she'll try to work her way back into it. Two-one pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled straight back, and she battles all the way back to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. APU 1 out away from getting out of this inning as they go back to work, try to go back to work on the offensive side to make this game a little more interesting here early. So Carly throws a 2-2 pitch here. Outside edge, just a little bit too much. It looks really good, according to the shortstop and second baseman. They both liked it. However, the umpire has the final say. He did not think so. Full count now. Payoff pitch for Carly. Kenzie awaiting it. There is a spot at first open. And Kenzie going to put one out into left field territory, off the wall and back into play. So foul ball. A long, no good for nothing ball there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Right back where we were. Payoff pitch number 2 to Kenzie. Swung on a high hopper over the middle. Second base Fields throws cleanly over to first and got her. As Kenzie took a lawn dart dive after the bag. We'll see what it looks like on the replay. Second scooped it, had trouble getting out of the glove for a second, high throw, and then she was called out there. So Kenzie Sawyer with a 4-3 out. They have 9 cross the plate, 7 hits, and 1 error. So 9 runs. APU now going to chase 8 as we go to the top half of the second inning. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back here at Carl Brooks Field.
Is a good day to be alive in the STG. You would have lost your mind.
I could not believe he didn't. Southern Utah's connection to the world of sports is Sports Radio 97.7 ESPN. Southern Utah's home for the best in sports includes local and high school games, Dixie State University, the NBA's new look, Utah Jazz, plus the best of the National Football League with the worldwide presence of ESPN to the Devin Dixon Show every afternoon from 4 to 6.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Is going to shine on me. Probably not today, though. We wish it would, but it's not going to yet. A couple clear skies all around me, just not right above us yet. First pitch for Alexis called ball, and she is throwing to Erin Harmillo. So ball 1. Erin hitting .242 on the year, 91 at bats, 22 hits, 12 RBIs, 3 home runs. And that ball's up in the air. It's going to be right over top of Josie, just out of the reach of her glove. That'll be a base hit for Erin as she drops it right about the only spot left it could have landed, and she does a great job of getting it there for a single. So we'll lead off single for APU just like the last time. So a good start to the inning for Azusa Pacific, not Arizona, Azusa Pacific. Watch this ball just barely get out past the outreach of Josie Hartman here. Just by the glove of her. So close. That'll bring up Emily Moran. Shows bunt and takes it off the elbow. So she'll be awarded first base on the hit by pitch. Had an elbow pad in, had an elbow pad on, leaned in and wore one. Just like that. That's why you wear it. No pain right there whatsoever. As you watch her just kind of lean into this pitch with the elbow. Yep. That's a good use of that pad. Wearing one, catching one, just like that. Hit by pitch, she's on board, Emily Moran. Doing what she has to do to get on base. I like it. That'll bring up Ariana Van Zabroy. Van Zabore. Try to say that name 5 times fast. You're going to have a tongue twister. As Alexis Barkwell leaves one in on her toes, and she dodges it 1-0. So the first 2 reach for APU in the second inning here. Alexis gets the sign, spins the ball, and she delivers. Swung on and crushed, absolutely smooth shot, but it's going to be foul. That ball would have been out of here had it stayed straight, but it didn't. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and she got all of it. Ariana, no home runs on the year. However, that one was well on its way if it stays fair. So we'll see here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ariana. Change up in the dirt, not enough. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second still. Aaron with that leadoff single bloop shot right over top of shortstop's head. And then Emily Moran takes the first pitch off the elbow. That one's up in the air, and Barthoff's going to give chase to it, and she has room over there in foul territory for the out. So Alexis Barkwell gets a little pop-up out of play. Pop out to 5 spot for out number 1. That'll bring up Abri Moreno. Abri on the season.
Center fielder, number 18, Aubrey.
It does go by Aubrey. It's spelled Abri, so it's Aubrey Moreno, batting .329, 85 at-bats, 28 hits. And she also has 10 RBIs. She shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike. See if she tries to move the runners over to scoring position here with only 1 out. Pitch number 2 up and away. She lays off that change. Good job there. Disciplined hitting there from Aubrey Moreno to lay off of that one. The 1-1. Up and away again. Aubrey Moreno lays down a perfect bunt. Alexis going to field it, throw her out to first in time as Bailey Gaffin's there to cover. So Alexis Barkwell does a great job. Glove, hand, and throw all in time to get the runner as Moreno was getting down the line quickly here. Glove, hand, and toss, and Bailey Gaffin there to scoop it before it catches dirt. Makes a great play as the runners advance second and third now. Aaron's at third, Emily at second, and that'll bring up your leader, Ileana Jimenez. Ileana Jimenez hitting .349 on the season. Sends one over to the crowd. That's just the hot spot. You got to be awake over there. That one stays, luckily, not quite into the fans. That one slowed down a little bit and saved him as he caught the top of the fence. It's just not the spot. I sat there with my sister a couple weekends ago. It's just not, you got to pay attention if you're going to sit over there. A lot of hard foul balls come that way. So 0-1. Second pitch on the way. A changeup called outside edge. Not a strike. Looked good. Just not quite. 1 ball, 1 strike. Way up at her eyes. She goes up and makes contact, stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Anything close, she'll have to be putting into play here. 2 outs for Dixie State as they try to get out of the second inning without giving up a run. However, APU is threatening runners in scoring position. And Ileana Jimenez, just 2 RBIs on the season, being the leadoff, doesn't have a lot of chances. Here's a chance for her to add to that total. She can match that total with a hit to the grass. That slap's not going to make it in fair territory, although the runners may have advanced enough there to add that total, double that total from 2 to 4. Ileana almost, I think she has the 2nd highest batting average on the team behind Kayla Jimenez. That one, she stays alive, fouls it off straight up in the air once again. Almost had to jump to get a bat on it, but she did it. So Kayla Jimenez and Ileana Jimenez, I do not believe they are sisters. One of them went to La Quinta High School, the other went to Pauley High School out in Riverside, California. So I'm not sure on their story. Either way, the Jimenez twosome is the leading average for APU. 382 for Kayla and 349 for Ileana. Both of them have started and played all 29 games so far in the season, today being their 30th game. And Barkwell going to lean back and fire, this time inside. They're going to try to steal home. Gonzo, they got to go back, so they're going to have a pickle. They got 2 girls out there. They go back to Bailey. Bailey going to give chase, and they're going to have to go home now. You got a pickle going home, and Danny's just going to chase her down. Danny says, check out my wheels. I'm going to go all the way home and catch you in time to hold APU scoreless once again. So Ileana will be the first batter back for APU in the 3rd, as the pass ball got a great bounce, a home field bounce for Dixie State, and it bounced right off that pad and came straight back to Gonzalez. She turned and flipped. Barkwell then saw the runners all over the place, both of them standing at 3rd. Unfortunately, in this sport, you cannot both share a base. And Danny shows her wheels, catches up to her, and tags her out. So Dixie State gets out of the 2nd inning with no runs across and 1 more hit for the opposing squad. APU trailing by 8 going into the 2nd inning. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're back. You'll see the throwdown from the catcher, Gorman, as APU looks to bounce back now after a rough home field advantage bounce for Dixie State there, as it bounced right off the padded area. It came directly back to Jessica Gonzalez. The runner, Aaron Harmillo, kind of caught in between a hard spot and a rock there. Nowhere to go. Halfway down the line, realized the ball bounced perfectly, and she was dead in the water. And it didn't help that the runner at 2nd, Emily Moran, was already at 3rd, standing there waiting behind her as well.
The 2nd baseman, number 5, Bailey.
Due up for your Dixie State Trailblazers, it's going to be Bailey Gaffin. First pitch called outside corner, strike. 2nd inning underway. So Carly kind of going to settle in here. See if she can't get settled down a little bit. Have an inning of her own to come in and work. And Bailey hits a high hopper. Shortstop's going to get it on the 2nd hop. Take it out of the glove and throw her out in time. Yes, indeed. She got a great play there from the shortstop. Kayla Bouchard scoops on the 2nd hop, goes glove hand extremely quick and throws on 1 step. Watch this play from Kayla. Scoop, toss, and just in time. Great stretch there from first. Jimenez reaches out and pulls that one in, so Gaffin is retired on a 6-3 putout for the first out. Great play there from the APU defense, and Shelby Young will now step into the box for Dixie State. First pitch called strike right over the middle. Shelby Young had a base hit to the left side, her first at bat, and then was followed up by a bases clearing RBI double from Arista Honey. So Arista Honey is in the batter circle, the on deck circle, and Shelby Young is in the batter's box. Sees strike 2 go by, and Shelby falls behind 0-2. That's what she did last time. And then she battled back to a 2-2 count before hitting one in play for Dixie State. As Shelby Young sees the 0-2 delivery. Outside edge, just a little bit too far though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Great spot for Carly. Not leaving anything close for Shelby to hit, but hoping to catch an outside edge. Unable to. As she'll now go to a 1-2. Shelby reaches out for one, a little changeup. Catches off the barrel of the glove, and it's overthrown. Shelby getting around all the way to second. Standing up on second with the error as the throw. It's going to be E1 in my book on the high throw. And Shelby will reach all the way to second. That's the second time the pitcher for APU has struggled in getting the ball over to first, and Carly's first time. The first one was down in the dirt, second one up over the top of the head. Looked like first kind of got ready to stretch before she needed to. Might have stretched a little early. But Brenna Hink now going to step in, so Arista Honey is out for a minute, and Brenna Hink going to take a swing here. First pitch called strike, dead center. Strike 1. Second pitch, up and away, ball 1. 1-1 to Brenna Hink. Shelby Young on second as she advanced on the overthrow to first. So APU has 2 errors currently here in the second, through the second inning. Brenna Hink sits back and drives one out to left field. It's by the right fielder. Brenna Hink's going to round second. She's going to round all the way and go for third. She's going to stand up on third. No slide necessary as the ball scooted a little bit on that slick grass. Once again, the grass is still a little bit wet from this morning, and that ball scooted right past her. Brenna Hink does a great job staying back on one and throwing the hands at it late. Pushes it up over second. As you see this ball skip on the right fielder, go right under the glove. She has to chase it all the way back to the fence. Center field picks it up and brings it back into play. So Brenna Hink with an RBI.
Shortstop.
It'll go as a single, but it'll actually go as an error as well. So Brenna Hink will get a single out of that in my book. Goes as an error on after that. And the RBI will also go to Brenna. Inside corner, and she lays off. So let me just see if I can't dig up Brenna Hink over here and give her an RBI in my paper so I can keep track of who gets them and who doesn't. And that'll bring up your 9-hitter, Josie Hartman. Josie had a single her last at bat. See what she does here. Two balls, no strikes early in the count for Josie Hartman. As Dixie State has now plated 10 runs and a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. So it is 10-1 in the second inning here. Strike 2 on the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Carly battles all the way back here from a 2-0 count. She evens things up as she'll try to take care of Josie Hartman. Josie has other plans as she'll try to battle here. Choked up just a little bit on her bat, and she goes to work. Swung on and hit to right field. It's going to go foul territory out to the bullpen of Dixie State. So she battles one off, sees a pitch she likes, and hits it hard, hits it a long way where it's pitched. And it stays that way, foul ball. Coach Simpkins yells all speeds, all fields, which he's just telling his batters basically hit the ball where it's pitched and how it's pitched. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full for Josie. Payoff pitch on the way. Carly strides and delivers. Josie caught on the swing, inside corner, strike 3. A great pitch there. Jammed Josie. She's looking for something outside, got it inside. Not the pitch she was hoping for. And she goes down looking on the inside corner. So 2 down. It'll lead us back to the top of the order Janessa Bassett with Brenna Hink on third.
The center fielder, Janessa Bassett.
Shelby Young, after getting on the error, comes all the way around to score on the hit from Brenna Hink. And a called strike there to Cheetah. Only the third strike she's seen today, as she's walked twice. So Cheetah gonna rear back and low it in the dirt, leaves it there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Janessa Bassett. Carly Expolius trying to get out of another inning with an unearned run so far. As Cheetah lets the inside pitch come in on her and leaves it in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch count for Carly still creeping up there, not as high as it could be, as she's now faced 10 batters. And she leaves it up top again. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the wind here has almost come to a standstill. Just the tiniest of breeze towards the right field. Not even really noticeable. Just enough to keep the flag a little bit moving out there, as Cheetah will draw another walk, her 3rd of the day. And with her speed, do not be surprised to see her take off here. Once again, she's got 29 stolen bases on the year, only been thrown out twice. She's 29 for 31. As the catcher gives the infield the call.
The third baseman, number 2, Danny Bartov.
We'll see if they try to go after Cheetah or if they try to pull the double throw and try to get Brenna Hink at third. Cheetah, first pitch, halfway, it stops, and it's called strike to Danny. So be looking for Cheetah, as both the middle infielders are kind of close to the bag, expecting a throw. We'll see if they go for it or not. (10-1) here in the bottom of the second. 0-1, 2 outs. Danny swings through one, 0-2. So Janessa Bassett, see if she takes one right here. See if she takes the bag or not. 0-2, probably not going to see much to hit here if you're Danny, unless they just go right at her. Looking to go a little bit with the rise ball, I imagine. And she does, up and away. Cheetah steals the bag, and it's thrown away by the catcher, and Brenna Hink will score without a throw. So Cheetah steals the base again, 2nd of the day. And Brenna Hink will go in on the overthrow. Once again, in order to throw Cheetah out, you have got to be almost perfect. It's a great pitch up, and the catcher just unable to get the ball down in time. But Cheetah, once again, she's quick. Don't call her Cheetah for nothing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, as Carly going to have to try to work the batter here, get him out of this inning before it gathers any more momentum for Dixie State. Change up, too high. 2 balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sorry. No, it is 2 balls. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, 2-2 on the way. Swung on, and Danny hits it down the third base line. Foul in between Coach Simpkins and the line. So we'll do 2-2 all over again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and runner on second base. Deuces are wild. Strike 3, got her looking. So two batters, Dixie State batters go down looking in the inning as they get out after giving up only 2 runs. So 2 runs scored in the bottom half of the second inning for Dixie State. It's 11-1.
For Dixie State, 2 runs on no hits.
So we'll step aside for 1 minute while Dixie State's defense warms back up, and we'll be back with the Azusa.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed, and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden T holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Welcome back, 11-1 here as we start the third inning. It'll be the leadoff batter, number 0, Ileana Jimenez. Once again, she singled her first at bat. In the second at bat, there was a pass ball, and then they threw her out. They threw out Erin at home, so she'll start us in the third inning. So it's all the way back to the top for APU the second time through. Finally, in the second inning, as she hits a little blooper, and Josie tries to dive and get it, but goes off her glove, then off of her head, and drops. As Shelby Young looked like she might have been able to call her off and make a play as she was cheating way in. Unable to get it though, so Josie takes it off the glove and then off of her head, and it'll drop, and it's going to go as, I believe, a hit. That was a tough play to make for Josie, going backwards dive from shortstop. One of the toughest plays, as she was unable to do so. So Ileana Jimenez gets another single. And Kayla Broussard will now step up, and she takes first pitch for ball 1. As Dixie State once again allows the first runner, or the first batter on base. Watch this replay right here. As the ball goes up, I think Shelby is there. She might have been able to cruise in on it, but with the speed that she would have had to been going, as well as Josie, it'd be hard to call somebody off at that point. So I think she made the right play and letting Josie go after that one. It was in the infield. Is her spot. No need to call her off of her spot. She had that play. She usually makes that play. Unfortunately, caught a little bit too much of the glove and came back into her head, and then neither of them were able to corral it before it hit the ground. They show bunt. She goes bunt, and Jessica Gonzalez caught that one almost above her mask. She didn't pull it back just enough in time. So that'll go as a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and they're still trying to move the runner over. As Ileana Jimenez, once again, I told you she's stolen a few bases. She's 23 for 29. She's not unlikely to see her go, but she's not getting much of a jump right now. And that's a great slap towards Cheetah. Cheetah got to scoop it up, and that was a tomahawk slap right there. The ball up at her head. She likes the high ball. She doesn't care. She's talking to her coach, shaking her head a little bit right there at first, laughing at it, but kind of watch this shot. Hands clear up. Yeah. Tomahawk chop through the middle all the way up to Cheetah. So another single for the APU top half of the lineup. Kayla Bouchard and Ileana Jimenez have both been on twice now today. And I'll bring up Nikki Sprague for APU. And she hits the laser up the middle. Josie, go 2. Bailey there, 1, and not in time as Nikki gets down the line extremely quickly. Josie's made the play, go to 2, try to get a double play, unable to do so. So Kayla Bouchard is out at second. And Nikki Sprague will be on a fielder's choice. Thought Josie might have had a chance to get the lead runner at 3 there and keep the force at second and first, but she chose to go for the double play, and the turn was just not in time. So 1 out in the third inning here. Runners on the corners. That ball's hit straight up in the air, out towards Shelby and Cheetah. Shelby going to call her off, squeezes it, and the throw to second to keep the runner at first. Great job. So a sacrifice fly for Kayla. Sack fly in the book. Another run across as Ileana Jimenez will get in. You have to have a cannon to throw someone out from third there as she catches it about 15 to 20 feet in front of the warning track. No throw towards home. Keeps the runner at first. 2 down now. So sack fly from Kayla Jimenez to score Ileana Jimenez, and that'll bring up Jenna Gorman, the catcher. Steve Reich, 1. Second pitch, change up in the dirt, and blocked nicely by Jessica Gonzalez. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. Swung on and hit over to Danny Barthoff. She squeezes the soft little line drive, and that'll end the inning for Dixie State. 1 run across on 2 hits for APU. And that'll do it for the inning. We'll step aside for a minute break after this highlight, and we'll be back with the home half of the third.
What? The storks are bringing me a baby brother.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you? What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
We can do this together.
To know for sure that your child is in the right seat for their age and size,
Remember when I was a baby? Felt like 1 minute ago?
What? Visit safercar.gov/the right seat. What he said.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back. Dixie State 11.
Leading off the first baseman,
APU
24, Mallory
2.
Paulson.
So leading off for Dixie State this inning will be Mallory Paulson. Her last at bat, she hit a single. Her first at bat, she walked. Both of those in the first inning. So Mallory going to try to get things started here for Dixie State. Still in the circle is Carly. All the other defense looks to be the same as well. First pitch called, ball upstairs. Ball 1. Second pitch on the way. Paulson swung on and hit a line drive out towards the left, and it goes foul over to the cheap seats where no one wants to pay to sit because you almost get hit every game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mallory Paulson keeping the crowd awake over there on this cloudy day. Cloudy but beautiful. No wind. Not cold. Not freezing. We might give it cold depending on where you're from. St. George makes you soft after a minute. But if you're from up north in Utah, you're not going to be cold. If you're coming from Arizona, it might be a little bit colder, but it's not too bad. 2 balls, 1 strike. Carly looking to go back to work here. If you're just joining us, Dixie State had a huge first inning where they put 9 runs across. Arista Honey had a bases clearing RBI, or 3 RBI double, and then a handful of other Dixie State players had singles after single after single. Kenzie Sawyer, Gaffin, Shelby, Josie, and Paulson all had singles, and Danny Barthoff all had singles in the first inning. As that ball is up and retired, will go Shelby or Paulson out in left field for out number 1.
The catcher.
You see, she just doesn't get enough under it, and it kind of floats out there for out number 1. As we bring up Jessica Gonzalez, sacrifice fly on her first at bat, sack hit on her second at bat. Let's see what she does here. Swung on and crushed out towards center field. Is it going to have enough? She's going back, fence, and she's right on the wall, and she makes the catch, brings it back in right on the red tape there, as Jessica Gonzalez just about had her 11th home run of the year, but that one stays in right in front of our camera as he's going to lose it a little bit as he almost has to go right underneath him. Great shot there from center field. Cam, I believe our guy Bob is out there. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but whoever it was, great shot out there in center field, giving us that look. So Jessica Gonzalez misses that one by about a foot. And now Kenzie Sawyer going to hit a little gapper up the middle. Picked up by second and thrown across. Great stretch from first base. 3 up, 3 down. Retire, go the Trailblazers in the 3rd inning. So great play here from second base as you watch Nikki slide over. Nikki Sprague slides over, makes a glove, picks it, and throws. And the stretch from first from Jimenez is in time for the out. We'll step aside for another 1-minute break. We'll be back with Dixie State softball.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back in or out, depending on where you're sitting. There's a few people who get the indoor seats. The rest of us are out here fighting the weather, but it's not much to fight today. Beautiful day for some softball in cloudy, but not rainy St. George. So we'll take it.
Leading off the third baseman, Aaron Jaramillo.
Aaron Armillo will lead off. So Alexis still in the circle for Dixie State as Armillo swung on and hit out towards those fans. They got to stay awake, but it doesn't get there. Stays inside the fence this time. 0-1. Alexis getting back on track here after a quick inning from Dixie State. For the first time, retired 3 up, 3 down in today's game. The first 2 innings, they saw close to 9 batters each. Well, I guess the first inning they saw almost 13 batters. Change up, hit towards Bailey. Bailey on the big hop, scoops and takes it off the chest, then the glove, then hand, and then throws to Paulson for the out. So 4-3 put out for out number 1. Alexis Barkwell gets the grounder she wanted and to the spot she wanted.
The right fielder, number 16, Emily Moran.
So Emily Moran will now step in to bat number 16. As Emily took the first pitch she saw last time right off the elbow. She doesn't have to take one yet so far. So ball 1 now. Second pitch swung on and hit back to right field. It's deep. Giving chase is Brenna Hink, and Brenna's going to bring it in. What a great catch there by Brenna. Running to the glove hand, and she makes a play. Check out this catch from Brenna Hink from the center field cam. Ball up, giving chase, and Brenna right in front of the track makes a play. Great job out there bringing that ball in. So a long out towards right field there. 2 outs. Ariana Von Zabore. Ariana Von Zabore steps in to bat. Her last time she popped out to Danny Barthoff over in foul territory. Ball 1 was the first pitch. Swung on and strike 1 up top. So gets one at her eyes and she likes it and unable to get the bat up there in time. That one's hit on the ground to Josie. Josie fields, sidearm throw across the diamond in time, and Boston stays on the bag for the out. So 6-3 out, 3 outs. Just like that, Dixie State returns the favor. APU goes 3 up, 3 down themselves as they'll have to cruise back out onto the defensive end right here. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th inning in 1 minute.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
As you see the patented 4th inning dance here from Dixie State. The football team a second ago was going crazy over there. They're all simmering down just a little bit, but as soon as the song started, the whole bleachers were shaking. And with plenty of reason, as Dixie State has jumped all over APU here early and often in game number 3 of the quadruple header. 2 double headers back-to-back, Friday, Saturday. So the football team out there having a good time, enjoying this, and hoping Dixie State can add a couple more runs of insurance here and keep this nine-run lead or improve upon it. And to start off will be number 5, Bailey Gaffin.
Number 5, Bailey Gaffin.
Bailey Gaffin has been on fire. Like I said, she's batting .396, but with another hit today, she's gone .500 today, so it might jump all the way up to .400 by the time we start game number 4 of this series for Miss Bailey. Ball in the dirt, ball 1. 4th inning starts with the ball. And it's still Carly in the circle. Now she's done a great job after coming in. After allowing the double, that's about the last hard hit she's given up. As Bailey sees one at her knees, kind of crinkles them and leaves them there, but too low for the ball 2. So she stays ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes to Bailey Gaffin. Defense playing pretty much straight up for APU. Swung on, and Bailey goes right back up the middle, rips it right back where it came from for a single, as Bailey Gaffin does a great job throwing those hands, smooth hands for Bailey all the way through. Right back up the middle, right by Carly's glove hand. Hit it where it's put, and she does just that with a rocket single back to the middle.
Young.
Now to Shelby Young, who's been on base both times today, once on a single, once on an error from the pitcher. And she has also scored twice today. Her and Arista and Cheetah, 3. Well, Brenna scored both times for Arista, but Arista got the first hit. And then Brenna herself gave a triple or a single that turned into a triple real quick on an error in the outfield. So Caitlin DeLange going to check in now and run for Bailey Gaffin at first. Put that right there so I can remember who scored a run if she does get in. So Caitlin DeLange at first. Shelby Young in the batter's box. One for one with an error on the day, so strike called. As Shelby is falling behind both times earlier today, 0-2. We'll see what she does here as she falls behind 0-1 early in the count. But Shelby a good 2-strike hitter, not too overly, doesn't overthink things, so she'll do all right here. Second pitch, strike 2. She falls behind 0-2 once again. 3 straight at bat, she falls behind 0-2. The first time she battled back to even 2-2. Second time she hit with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. We'll see what she does here now. 0-2. Got to be aggressive as she'll shrink her strike zone down and go after it. Swung on, hits a chopper over towards first, and this one's going to be thrown in time, and retired goes Shelby with a 1-3 put out. But she does move the runner over, so it's almost the equivalent of a sacrifice bunt. As she, a productive out. Moves the runner over to second. So Caitlin DeLange now at second, and that'll bring up, I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 17, I want to say. It's going to be Corey Gahn, a freshman who plays the corners of the infield. So Corey Gahn going to step in now here in the 4th inning and take her luck. So 1 out.
At the plate, number 17, Corey Gahn.
And we'll see what Corey can do. Carly fires it in there. First pitch called strike as Corey lays off of it. 0-1, 1 out. Corey swings way out in front of the changeup. Good pitch there from Carly. Had her fooled, had her thinking fastball, and goes with the change as Corey is way out in front. So now Corey will have to battle back from an 0-2 count. See what she can do here. Corey leaves it up and away, ball 1. Good idea there from the pitcher. not giving her anything too great to take a look at there when you're that far ahead in the count. As she swings through for strike 3, giving Carly her 3rd strikeout of the day, I believe. As that'll go down as number 2, and it'll bring up Josie Hartman, captain.
The shortstop, number 15, Josie Hartman.
Ball in the dirt, ball 1, and DeLange is going to stay put at second. So 1 ball to Josie Hartman. And it's called strike, up right on the numbers basically. Looked a little high, but it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Josie Hartman. Score update from the baseball game. If you haven't heard, they are playing as well. They went 2-0 yesterday against Point Loma, giving Point Loma their first 2 losses of Pac West play. And they currently trail 4-1 in the top of the 4th inning. Point Loma got all 4 runs in the 3rd on 6 hits, and each team has a pair of errors. So we'll keep you updated on that game throughout as well. Dixie State looking to move themselves into first place on a strike. Foul ball called there, but caught. So Josie's down even 2-2. Like I was saying, Dixie State baseball trying to play themselves into good position to be in first place there with Point Loma in the conference. Point Loma came into the weekend undefeated in conference play and then fell twice yesterday to Dixie State as the count goes full here to Josie Hartman. And if anything changes on the baseball game, we'll keep you updated on that. But here we are, softball, 11 runs in the first 3 innings. Now trying to add another one here in the 4th with Caitlin DeLange out in position. Josie Hartman going to hit a blooper, and it's not going to land as the shortstop makes a great play going back with the backhand snag. And that'll end the inning. So 1 hit, no runs, and a retired 6 catch to Azusa Pacific. So we'll step aside for 1 minute and come back with the top of the 5th inning.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Now playing right field, number 10, Taylor Godfrey.
Taylor Godfrey going to check in for your Dixie State Trailblazers out in right field as she'll take her turn out there chasing down some pop flies. Alexis Barkwell going to go the distance here. She is chasing 3 outs to hold on to this 8-run lead. That'll be an 8-run rule if they can get out of here. But 18 now due up. Aubrey Moreno, only the 2nd time she's had a chance to swing the bat today, lays off the first pitch, called ball. 5th inning here. Once again, there is an 8-run rule in softball. 11-2 right now. The 8 runs will stand if Dixie State can get out of this inning without giving up 2. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1, even the count. Alexis Barkwell doing a great job. Gonna try to go the distance here and see if she can't get all the way through the APU first game she's faced them today. 2nd pitch swung on up at her eyes, fouls it back. Does a great job battling one off. So now Aubrey gonna have to battle back from a 1-2 count for APU. 1 change on the day for defense. 2 changes, actually. We had Brenna Hink come in right field, as well as now Taylor Godfrey. So right field, they're giving everyone a chance, and she goes and battles off another one. Aubrey, great back control on those high pitches. Gets it up there just in time and battles it off. And that's a hit over towards Bailey. Bailey stays down on it and throws her out. Does a great job of staying on that one. A good sharp hit there from Aubrey Moreno. Unfortunately, does not get through. It is a 4-3 putout for Dixie State. 1 out, moves them 2 closer to being done on the run rule. So number 0, Ileana Jimenez, 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles and a run scored. And remember, she almost had 2 runs scored as she was thrown out in the first inning on probably the defensive tone setter of the day. Shelby Young scooped one up and threw her out, made a great throw. And swung on and missed, strike 1. Looks like she was trying to slap it down third base line, just unable to connect. 0-1. Barkwell now steps back into the circle, working quick here. Alexis is not wasting much time. Exactly what you want from your pitcher. Second pitch, and she tries to bunt it. Alexis going to go glove, hand, and throw. And Bailey stays on the bag in time. Out. Bailey does a great job over there covering the bag at second. She's not only quick enough and on her toes enough to get over there, but then she does a great job finding the bag and making the catches 1 low, 1 high today. So far doing a great job as you look at the replay. The bunt a little bit too strong, kind of comes out a little easy for Alexis. Pick and throw, and she kind of raises up, but she does stay on the bag. Great job there from Bailey Gaffin to stay down. 2 down, 4-3 put out, 2 outs. And Kayla Brouchard, the shortstop for APU, their last chance for a minute. Strike 1. Got to have life here for APU if they want to continue. Barkwell spins it on her hip, puts it in the glove, and lets it fly. Low and away, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The score on the scoreboard is correct, 11-2. 9 hits for Dixie, 5 for APU on the day. The 4 errors are really the difference. Ball in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Alexis doing a great job in the circle today. The 2.8 ERA going to hold nicely. And she's looking to chase down her 6th win of the day. 1 out away from that. Pitch on the ground. Barthoff's there. Fair ball. Throws it over, and that'll do it. Dixie State going to get out of here. Alexis Barkwell goes the complete game against APU, only giving up 5 hits and 2 runs. So Dixie State goes ahead and takes game 3. That's 2 of 3 now they've taken from APU. We'll be back with game 2 today a little bit later. Probably going to start, I imagine, a half hour after this one now. So Dixie State, huge first inning. 9 runs pushed across. Sheeta scored, Danny scored, Paulson scored, Gonzalez had a sacrifice fly, then Kinsey got on, scored, Gaffin scored, Shelby scored, Arista Honey scored, Josie scored, and Sheeta scored again in the same inning. Everyone in the first inning getting on and scoring, besides Jessica Gonzalez, who had a sacrifice fly, and she had a sacrifice grounder a little bit later. So we are a half hour out from game 2. They'll prep the field, get everything ready to go. Join us again. This is Hayden Peterson on Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, Dixie State Softball. Game 4 of 4 with Azusa Pacific coming up in a half hour. Once again, they lost the first game 3-6, won the second game 12-8, and then they win this one, game 3, 11-2. So get back with us in a half hour. That would be right around 2 o'clock for game number 4 of the 4-game series as Dixie State tries to take the series from APU 3-1 with a win. Thanks for joining us. Once again, we'll be back in about a half hour. This is Hayden Peterson signing out with CEC TV.